Hey there and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a hidden power that pretty much shapes everything in our lives: our jobs, our relationships, you name it. It's this force that works silently, inside our own heads. And once you get how it works, you can actually start to control it. You ever feel like that? Like you're on a hamster wheel, running and running, but getting absolutely nowhere? Facing the same old problems, the same frustrations again and again. It's a super common feeling. But what if the real reason for it isn't out there somewhere, but actually much, much closer to home? Well, the answer might just be hiding in this incredible lecture from 1965 by a philosopher named Neville Goddard. He came up with this really radical idea about what truly causes the situations we find ourselves in, and it all comes down to something most of us don't even pay attention to. To really get it, we first have to look at this fundamental mistake we all tend to make whenever things start to go wrong in our lives. It's kind of our default setting, isn't it? If we're having a hard time at work, it's obviously the boss. If a relationship goes south, it's the other person's fault. If we're not as successful as we want to be, well, it's the economy or just bad luck. We automatically look for someone or something else to blame. But this is exactly where Goddard challenges us. He basically says, hey, that cycle of disappointment, it's not caused by others at all. The real cause is what he calls our own negative inner talking.
So if it's not other people, what is this secret cause? Goddard's entire philosophy really hangs on this one core idea, something he calls inner talking. You know what I mean by inner talking, right? It's that nonstop stream of words running through your mind. It's the arguments you have with your boss in your head while you're taking a shower. It's the conversations you practice before a big meeting, or the mean things you say to yourself when you mess up. We all do it, and according to Goddard, it's the most powerful creative force in our lives.
And this is where it gets really serious. This isn't just some idle mental chatter. What Goddard is saying is that these secret conversations are literally attracting the very circumstances of our lives, whether they're good or bad.
Now, this is a huge mental shift. I mean, think about it. Most of us go through life feeling like we're just reacting to a world that happens to us. But Goddard's idea is the complete opposite. He's saying we are creating our world from the inside out. Our outer world is basically just a giant mirror, reflecting back the conversations we've been secretly having with ourselves.
Okay, I know this might sound a little out there, so let's make it super concrete. In his lecture, Goddard shared this amazing case study that shows exactly how this works in the real world. So get this. There was this young woman who was totally convinced her boss was unfair and always criticizing her. And in her head, she was just locked in these mental arguments with him all day long. The advice she got was pretty wild. Stop arguing with him in your head. Instead, start having imaginary conversations where he's actually praising you. So she'd imagine him saying, "Great job," and she'd imagine herself thanking him. And what happened? Her boss's actual real-world behavior started to change, perfectly matching the new positive conversations she was having in her imagination. It's wild. The conclusion here is just undeniable. It wasn't that her boss suddenly changed his mind and then she felt better. It was the other way around. Her inner speech changed first, and the outside world literally had to rearrange itself to match it. She was the architect of her own situation the whole time. Okay, so if she could do it, how do we do it? How do we actually put this into practice? Well, Goddard lays out a really clear method. It's almost like a science of assuming a new reality into being. And the core principle is this: it doesn't matter if your dream life feels totally fake right now. It doesn't matter if all the facts around you seem to deny it. Your mind works from assumptions. And if you stick with a new assumption, he says it will eventually harden into fact. So here's the playbook. First, you've got to be crystal clear. What do you want? Who do you wish you were? Second, you have to assume the feeling of already having it. What would that feel like? Would you feel relief, joy, gratitude? Get that feeling. Third, and this is the big one, you start carrying on your mental conversations from that new state. So you're not thinking about getting the promotion, you're thinking from the perspective of already having it. And last, you just have to persist. This isn't a one-time magic trick, it's like starting a new mental diet. So what does this all really mean in the end? It means your words are literally creating your world. It's about finally recognizing the incredible power that you hold in every single moment. Just think about this for a second. Every thought, every internal word, it doesn't just disappear. Goddard says they're like seeds you're planting.
And these seeds are always moving forward into your future, where they will eventually pop up as the circumstances and people you meet tomorrow. So really, this whole big idea comes down to this one simple but really powerful question. Be honest with yourself. What is it you truly want in your life? Now, listen to those secret conversations you're having with yourself all day long. Do they match up with your goal? Because if this principle is true, they absolutely must match if you ever hope to get there. The power isn't out there somewhere. It's been in here, in your own inner voice all along.